Hey everybody, Dylan here, Space Cadet Crypto, coming at you with another altcoin update video and my price predictions for Vechain. And we have Vechain here at 23 cents. So we're going to take a look at the charts showing my price predictions for Vechain in the next coming days here. But if you're interested in that or any other altcoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, anything like that, I'm going to be posting daily videos and updating you on all the latest price predictions that I have for any altcoin that's pumping. But without further ado, let's get right into the charts. Okay, so we do have Vechain here in an symmetrical triangle here after a huge move to the upside. Let's see that move again. Let's measure it. It's from here, the bottom of 9 cents here all the way up to 30 cents or 28 cents when it topped out. It went up to a 200% increase or run up here until it made a swift move to the downside here, consolidating in this pattern until we found some nice movement towards the upside, bouncing between resistance and support here at around 22 cents to 18 cents. So we've been going through that range here. So all these resistance boxes that I've drawn here are gray areas for accumulation. And let's zoom in a little bit more and see what's been happening in the last couple days here for Vechain. As we can see right now, it's at 23 cents. We did have kind of a nice move to the upside after consolidating in this ascending triangle, part of the symmetrical triangle, where we had this ascending support here coming up here, giving us the support to move to the upside while we had this recurring resistance here at around 22 cents, which has been a tough level to get above for the last couple weeks here. Then we tried one time, two times, three times right here when we found a lot of resistance, and the same thing, we found support right here. So that's what we knew was very high resistance and support at this area. But we have since on the 6th of May made a nice move towards the upside, and we tried to retest this new area here of resistance, which we found resistance in this place right here at around the 24 cent mark to 25 cent mark for Vechain. But as of right now, we are just consolidating in this falling wedge, which we did break to the upside. So usually falling wedges are bullish patterns, and the price targets for falling wedges are the top of the wedge here, back here at 25 cents. So if we do break out and completely hit that price target of this falling wedge, our price target would be at the top of this wedge to retest this area of resistance at this resistance box here. So it's looking good for Vechain so far. We have consolidated for a good while here within these ranges, and now we're just kind of going back up through the motions of taking back each one of these resistances and acting as support. But the most interesting part here is once we did have that nice breakout here, we tried to reconfirm, but we ended up breaking through this area here. This is the 1 hourly chart, but if we look here on the 4 hourly chart, we can see that we only had, okay, so we only had, once we had this move to the upside here on the 4 hourly, we only had 1 or 2 candles that closed slightly out of my resistance box here and support box. So we did have nice wicks to the downside. So these bullish wicks here showing that the price did move all the way down to 21 cents to 20 cents. So we did have this nice wick to the downside coming here almost at 20 cents. But we found support here on our ascending support line, and we also found support here in this channel that we've been trading in here towards the top here, right? And then we move back up towards this upper area of resistance. So that's very bullish here that we have this price strength kind of repeatedly touching this area here of resistance, and the more times you touch the area of resistance, the more times it's likely to break out of that pattern. So what we do need for Vechain here is this nice volume, nice green volume here, so we see a lot of buyers that are buying Vechain, and we can move that price towards this area of resistance here. So like we saw here, let me pull up the volume one more time. We saw a nice volume here coming in, and we did see that nice increase to the upside. That's what we want to see again happen. So we want another green volume right here. That's my volume candle to move up to this next area to reuse as support. So once we break through that 25 cent resistance and use it as support, we can make our way to our all-time high at 28 cents and ultimately 30 cents. But those are not my price predictions just yet for Vechain. I still think Vechain is going to hit $1 to $1.50 within the end of this bull run here, especially with the partnerships that they're going to be releasing throughout the next couple months that have skyrocketed its price in the last couple months here for Vechain. But as you can see, I did draw this Fibonacci retracement level here from the top to the bottom, and we do see that the golden pocket is at this exact area of resistance where we found nice quick moves to the downside once we hit this area right here nice move to the downside, then testing it again, quick move to the downside, and same thing here. Now we're just vibrating through this area here of resistance of the golden pocket. But it is a good thing to see that on a 4-hourly candle, we are still having this 4-hourly candle starting to close above the golden pocket, which is a great thing to see here. We do have 3 hours and 30 minutes left till we close this 4-hourly candle, but it's looking like we're going to be closing above it if we stay above the 23-cent range. But if we do fall below 22 cents and we close this 4-hourly candle at 22 cents, we could see expected more price action here wavering within this golden pocket area. But the fact that right now we do have this 4-hourly candle above it is a good sign. Let's take a look at the EMA ribbon here, and that is perfect as well, that we see that we were kind of vibrating between this EMA ribbon, now using as support, and yet again we're starting to close some 4-hourly candles above this EMA ribbon here, using as support again to make our way back up to this resistance at 25 cents, which we found just wicks to the upside here and a quick rejection so far. So this is going to be our major resistance coming up for Vechain. Here, let's just zoom out a little bit more. All right, let's go to the daily candles now, and we also see a lot of support here. So if you did, comment down below if you bought the dip right here at 20 cents yesterday. That was a great opportunity to buy. Not a financial advisor, but we do see so much support here coming from our EMA ribbons, the 21, the 20, the 30 EMA ribbon here, and our support line that's ascending right here, coming in and giving that extra support here at the 20-cent mark. So we just saw a nice wick to the downside. If we can see here, let's zoom in a little bit more. Yep, just look at that wick here to the downside, touching it exactly right here, and then pushing the price all the way back up here. We have this full body candle right here at the golden pocket area. So this daily candle closes in about a day. It just started right now, this daily candle. So we will see when this closes. If this starts to close above this resistance line here, then we can expect our price to move all the way up here and test this top area of support, or a top area of resistance at the 25 to 25 cent mark here, and then our 28 cent mark here at the top for Vechain. Now let's also look here at our other moving averages real quick. Okay, so we have our moving averages here. We have the 21, the 50, and the 200 EMA for our 4-hourly chart. We are seeing our 21 EMA acting as support yet again here, just like we saw here in the beginning back here in April when we started this nice bull trend to the upside, this exponential move to the upside. We did bounce off a couple times while we ultimately extended too far from it, and that's when you know when the price action is really far away from the EMA ribbon, we have to, or the EMA, the 21 EMA, we'd have to come back here and retest this area. So we did that right here, and we've been floating above it until we broke down through it in this bear trend. But right now we are starting to make our way and use it as support yet again. This is very exciting to see. Let's zoom in just a little bit more here. But yep, so we're starting to move above here, and we do have our 50 EMA ribbon here as support towards the downside here as well, that we found support on yesterday when we dipped down here to 20 cents. We just found a wick here, and our body still stayed above this 50 EMA to move towards the upside. And look, now we see Vechain almost at 24 cents now. So this is a great thing that we're seeing here for Vechain. And let's now take a look at our price targets here for Vechain on this chart. We also have our Bollinger Band starting to squeeze in here, so the price is ready for our next move to the upside. And also our 200-day moving average here is lining up perfectly with our resistance box here at around 19 to 20 cents as well. But from our Fibonacci retracement tool from the top here to the bottom, we do see our take profit price targets here for Vechain in the next coming days here. Once the symmetrical triangle breaks out, we do see our 1.272 area of 0.32 cents of reaching the price target, and then our 1.414 at 34 cents, and then our 1.618 at 37 cents for Vechain in the next coming days. And if we just take the measured move of the symmetrical triangle breakout, so let's take the measured move of that, of the symmetrical triangle, we just take the top here from the bottom, and we see if we line it up right where the breakout would be, which I am guessing would be right here, it is exactly hitting our price target here at the 34 cent mark. Remember, 35 cent would be psychological resistance here at this area. So 34 cents would be my immediate price target for Vechain in the future once this symmetrical triangle breaks out of its pattern and we see a nice volume spike in buying, just like we saw right here and right here. And also we notice that once we broke down, we did see a lot of selling volume right here. So we want to see a nice big green candle here to confirm that breakout, use this as support, and then all the way up here to our price target at 35 cents or 34 cents in the immediate future. But I still do think Vechain is going to $1 and $1.50 by the end of this year. Now let's take a look at another chart. Let's take a look at the Vechain compared to Bitcoin pricing, and we see the exact same thing that's happening here. We see all these levels from our Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low here, and we see that we've been trading in this area right here for the last couple weeks until we got that nice breakout to the upside. We're still coming back down here, but we're starting yet again to trade in this upper area here to outperform Bitcoin in the next coming days here. So we are also looking at this pattern to see that Vechain can outperform Bitcoin, but we do see our price targets here as well for Vechain here. And if we take our measured move from here, let's see here, our price target would be, I'm just going to take it to the 1.272 area. We see it turning to 30% move to the upside for Vechain as well. So this is all looking very good for Vechain. Vechain is very bullish at the moment. We did have that nice dip from 24 cents to 20 cents here. So if you bought this area, that was a perfect area to buy here. And now we're retesting this top resistance, this descending resistance here of the symmetrical triangle yet again. If we do get rejected from this area, I do see us finding support here back at the 22 cent area region. But if we break through that again, then we could be possibly trading within this lower area here between the 20 to 22 cent range. And if we break through that, the 18 cent range, where we found some nice support here too, where our EMA is also. So to wrap things up, my price targets for Vechain in the next coming days to weeks here, we see a 32 cent Vechain, a 34 cent, and a 37 cent Vechain here. And let's measure that move from our price right now at 23 cents, and that is a 45% move to the upside. So very exciting things coming for Vechain, especially with some news coming up soon that I'm sure that they're going to be releasing. But that is it for this video. Remember, if you like this video, you found it informative, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss any exclusive news that we have here on the channel. So that is it for this video. Peace out.